Okay, biggest piece of Marvin is going to be his body. Here it is on Cura on the TronXY plate, and as you can see, a lot of support going to be needed in places, which is all that red area. Really could have done with this being split up. I mean, I was almost tempted to come in here and divide the model at this point here, and then glue it together, but I'm going to give it a go as you see it now. Previewing it, I mean, there's going to be a lot of supports needed. That's the blue area, you can see from underneath. So let's scroll it down. So that's how it's going to start off on the bed. It's quite a thick wall for the body, but a lot of supports in the center there. Oops, give it that. And of course, it's going to hit this point where it's going to put the first layer on top of it there, and that's where I'm hoping I don't get a layer shift, because you know, I've been getting that nozzle rubbing on the supports when there's a lot of them, and once again there's going to be a lot of them where it goes from there to there. So if I can get past that, it really should be plain sailing, as long as those supports hold. But yeah, so I guess we'll find out how well everything goes at the what is this, the 134 layer point. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. Okay, so I've got Marvin's body kicking off. Now we'll see how well this goes. So I've got the glass bed up to 70 degrees, filaments, I think I set it for 220. Let's see how this first layer goes down for a while and come back and check on it. Just keep my fingers crossed. I always hate the first part. It's supposed to be a 13-day print, but of course I'll start cranking the speed up on it if things work out. And it still looks like the first layer going down here, as it's starting to make the crisscross pattern on the inside for the infill. So far looks good, so I'll leave it run for about an hour or so and see what it does. Okay, looking good. 7 o'clock at night. Layers are still going down and holding firm. I'll say that's the actual wall there. All this is infill. That'll end up moving its way up, but yeah, so far the PLA plus in the back there looking pretty good. So I'll leave it to it. Alright, so carrying on the Elegoo's, I'm going to start work on Marvin's right arm. So there's 3 main pieces to that. Here's one of them now. So you can see on these, they're actually jointed so that you can put them together and they will actually move, which would be nice. So you can pose Marvin as you like. That's the inside of the body there. That's basically smooth to the plate. and got some tree supports where necessary, and I've used a 5% infill because if I show you the inside of this, oh, there you go, there's the bottom layer. Oh, it doesn't look flush to the plate, that. I think I'm going to have to re-slice this. There's a lot of infill there. Marvin's body still coming along, everything's looking good so far. It feels smooth on the sides. All the supports are still in place. So, all good news there. Let's see where we are. I hadn't upped the speed yet, so it's still crawling along at its standard pace. So 21 hours in, 336 hours to go, unless I speed things along. Alright, we'll leave it to it. Alright, heading out to the pub for a drink. Marvin's arm section's at 35%. Looking pretty good at the moment. Right, so 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I had a power outage and I knocked out the TronXY and my Saturn IV printers, and when I restarted the TronXY, it did offer to pick up where it started, but the head was grinding like crazy over the existing print when the print head went back, and I mean you could see the arm bending slightly. So I cancelled it, and in hindsight, probably a stupid thing because everything was looking great up until that point. I mean, look, I mean, barely see a layer line on this. It was looking awesome. That would have been Marvin's body. These were supports inside. They all look great. Great build to them. But anyway, so they were all fine. I think what's happened was that it started reprinting the same layer again, and that's why the head was like bowing up a bit and grinding over stuff, because I was using a 0.3mm layer height. So I think what I should have done, dumbass as I was, is I should have gone into the Z offset and raised it 0.3 0.3mm, brought it up, and that way it wouldn't be hitting everything, or just let it grind for that one last layer, and then it should have carried on as normal. Anyway, stupid me, wasted a day's work there, but got it back on again, so there it goes. If it does it, if I get another power cut, that's what I'm going to do next time. But yeah, back to square one again. So messed up a day. On the Saturn, I'm gonna have to look at the manual on this. It didn't even offer to do a restart, which was weird. I don't know if it was going to do a restart when I hit press, because it looked like just a normal print start, and considering there was stuff already clinging to the build plate, if it wasn't going to pick up where it left off, I didn't want that build plate with stuff on it going down into the sheet, the clear sheet that's on the bottom of that tank. So when in doubt, I stopped it and had it restart again. That's a failed one from overnight, where the print just stopped peeling off the film, but I'm hoping this one will just carry on and work correctly. We shall see. If it doesn't, and I'm just getting a vacuum stopping it pulling away, then I'm going to have to go in and just redesign or reorientate the model before I slice again. Anyway, that's it. I'm off for a beer. So back again, second attempt of Marvin's body. No power outages, so it's laying down the foundation again. It keeps on going. Right, so it looks like I'm back to where I was before the failure. Everything's looking good. Just want to get these layers down so it can put that top level on there. I'll feel a lot better, and then I'll crank the speed up a bit. Right. So Marvin time on Sunday morning. Have a look, 45 hours and 22 minutes in. And it covered over a bunch of the supports that were under here very nicely indeed. So I think I'm about ready to add a little extra speed to this. But fingertip test, walls feel really smooth. So that's coming along very nice. Right, a bit of extra speed and get him going. There we go. Right, let it run. Right, time for a quick update on Marvin's arm. So these are the 3 pieces of Marvin's arm so far. So you got the piece that I haven't managed to prise off the bed of the Neptune 3 Max there. The white bit is what came off the Neptune 4. And then from earlier you saw me make the hand and the fingers. And that will, once I've painted, you can see slide down onto this clip here, and then that'll lock in but still allow the wrist to rotate, and the fingers will be able to open and close. Let me take this gently off here. Pop this somewhere safe. So as you can see, the thing will be fully posable. There'll be a rod that will go through there to lock this into place. Yeah, fully movable once it's done. Same for the shoulder joint. On the 4 Max at the moment I'm running off another piece, and that will slide over here, and then the bolts will go through that to hold it. But yeah, it's a nice little design. Yeah, I'll take that off. Because that's just one arm, I've still got to do the left side as well. So carry on working. Marvin's still printing away, although getting one little problem. If you see these pieces that are coming off here, there's supposed to be a support that comes up from this base, but right now it's not gripping the base enough to print it up. I don't know if that's just because of the overhang angle, so keeping my fingers crossed that as it comes up layer by layer it'll get a better contact. So yeah, I'm going to be watching that. But meanwhile, the rest of it is looking very nice. Just worrying about that support there.